Hello, 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 and welcome to the Wednesday Wind Down. I am Natasha McCrae, your most glamorous, glorious love intelligence coach. Give me a shout out. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Give me a hey, boo, hey. Let me know what's going on in your world. The first. This is the first Wednesday wind down of the new year. I had to think about it. I was like, have we had a Wednesday yet? Um, so before you do anything, I need you to go down and the little button where they have the arrow going to the left or the right. I want you to push that and share this post because I want to talk about, are you willing for change in your life? We set out to have goals and reboot and do all of this stuff at the top of the year. Now, let's admit the years have been a little different, no matter how you slice it. If you have lived through a pandemic, life is a little different. Even if you are feeling like, oh, I got this. Like for me, being a life coach, and I have this big ass toolbox, y'all. I mean, a big one. And I have this toolbox, and whenever things come up, I can go into this toolbox and grab tools. But I will tell you, over the last 2 years, I have used more tools in my toolbox than I have the previous years. Yes, I'm growing. Yes, I'm growing. But I also feel like as we move into setting our goals, deciding what we want our life to look like, because even though there's a lot of uncertainty that we have, we need to still lean into making ourselves a priority, whatever that's going to look like for you. And I want to start out by telling you that you have everything you need in this moment. But the question that I have for you is, would you be willing for your life to change overnight? And I was listening to something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was listening to something as I set my goals. And the question that was posed was very similar to that. If I have these grand goals that I have set, these things that I want to show up in my life, am I willing for my life to look completely different tomorrow? Let's say does show up in my life. And when I was asked that question, it caused me to dive deep into what are some of the old things that I am holding on to. Have you ever dealt with that? I mean, I don't know. Am I just alone? Am I alone on this? Where you might really, hey, Wendy, I hope you're feeling better, love. I saw your post about a cleanse. I love them. I haven't done their full cleanse, but I have used their herbs and they're phenomenal. And I know a lot of people who have done their cleanse. If Dinshay jumps on here, Dinshay may has done it from them as well. So when we set these goals for ourselves, for example, if I said, hey, I want to be a series regular, would I be willing on a television show? That's not necessarily my goal for that per se, but let me get a real goal for me. Um, One that I struggled with, to have a television show, to have a show where I am encouraging and empowering women to step into their most greatest lives. Okay. And if I was on a show like something like The Real, I would have to be really waking up early. There's some news shows where you have to get up like at 5 in the morning because you're going down to the studio. Am I willing for my life to look like that? This will make you reevaluate what goals you really have, or what goals that need to be taken off of your list, or it'll help you evaluate what baggage you need to let go of. Because I know one of my biggest the biggest baggage about success for me is not being able to sleep, is like working till my knuckles bleed, like just I working till I have calluses, and that's not the life I want to live. I want to live that kept life where I work and it's leisure and it feels good, and occasionally there are things that I have to lean into. I am making that blueprint for my life. And there will be times where you have challenges. There will be times where you must lean into some things. But in the grand scheme of it, I don't want my lifestyle to be a rise and grind mentality. So one of my fears, and that is something that I believe I'm on the tail end of like banishing that altogether, because the more successful you are, the more people you have doing stuff for yourself, and therefore you can take a nap whenever you want. And I take naps whenever I want. I literally just got up from a nap. So when you look at each one of the goals that you've set for yourself, and I'm not sure if you've done the goals yet that for yourself, but this weekend, and do not forget, you can still get some general mission tickets. Go to the Love CEO and join us for Love Vibes and Vision Boards. Love is one of the highest vibrating emotions. And if you can tap into that, you will be able to call more things into your life. So go to the Love CEO and check that out. We have a lot going on. I'm going to be breaking down how love intelligence really plays a role in all of the goals and dreams and aspirations that you are trying to attain, how intelligence will help you attract that. I'll be helping you break any blocks that you have when it comes to love on all aspects of love. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can raise that vibration. I'm going to be giving you tools on how you can have a daily heightened love vibration. And then we will set that vision board. I don't know if you've ever done a vision board for love. Yeah, I got one back there. There's a mini vision board. I truly believe that the vision board should be somewhere where you can see it and not an eyesore. Sometimes I did these big old poster boards and that didn't work for me, and it would sit behind, a desk or behind a door. And so we want to make our goals and our dreams beautiful and pretty, right? All right, so go to the loveceo.com. Does anyone have any questions for me? I have some announcements because I'm finding that I have a group called The Sanctuary. How many of you knew that I have a group called The Sanctuary? If you're listening to the replay, give me hashtag replay and answer that question. I have a free group on Facebook called The Sanctuary. Does everyone know this? In this group, it's called The Sanctuary, and it is a group for ambitious women to learn how to heighten their love intelligence and tap into self-care. Those are the two core purposes of that group. And that is a free group. And I will be removing Wednesday Wind Down from this public group. I don't know where you're watching this now. I have the Wednesday Wind Down. It goes out to YouTube, Facebook, Natasha, Facebook, the group, Facebook, my paid program, the Love CEO Academy. It goes into all of these places. Well, I'm going to do this for 2 more weeks on here. And by the time February rolls around, we will be only doing the Wednesday Wind Down in the Sanctuary and in the Love CEO Academy. Those will be the only 2 places that we're doing it. Now, everyone out here publicly will still get the 7-minute Monday motivation. You'll get the 7-minute Monday motivation. But when I dive deeper, there will be some things that I wanted to change about the Wednesday Wind Down, which was diving a little deeper, maybe having some PDFs that, you can have help with, giving a little bit of slides sometimes. So I'm going to be doing that in our sanctuary. And the reason I'm doing that in our sanctuary is because I really want to give you an opportunity to be honest and truthful in the chat. Because whenever I'm speaking from the perspective of how can you change your life. And when you speak from that perspective, the objective is to make an action towards this new thought, belief, and lifestyle. And sometimes making that action is simply typing something in the comments. And so I wanted to create a safe space where people can type something in the comments like, oh, yes, I have been struggling with that. So you can see that you're not alone. Or, oh, these are my wins, so that you can inspire others. I am constantly inspired by when people are posting their wins. I just had a friend, shout out to Chris Bill, who posted all of her wins that's happening at the beginning of this year already, like a new agent, on with a new production company, a show that she produced is coming out. And I was laying there looking at her Facebook post and inspired by that. So that's the culture that we're creating here at Love CEO Institute. So if y'all, sorry for the guys, sorry fellas, y'all gonna get the little snippets, but all you ladies, make sure you go over to the Sanctuary and that you are a member in Love CEO Sanctuary, which is my group on Facebook. I have it plastered everywhere. So let's get back to you identifying what it is that you want for your goals, your life dream, your this year, something you want to accomplish. Are you willing for your life to change to either get it, or once you do get it, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to be a New York Times bestseller and traveling to do book launches, or having 5 book launches in a week? Are you willing? Are you willing for that? I mean, to have that change in your life? Are you willing wanna be a New York Times bestseller? Are you willing for your life to change that you're gonna have to sit down and write? You'll have to sit down and write. There's gonna be maybe some parties or Zooms. I don't know about parties right now, the way everything's going, but there may be some fun activities, Netflix and chilling. For me, that's gonna be that's a sacrifice because I Netflix and chilled hard at the end of last year, and I had to ask that question for the goals that I'm accomplishing, and I want you to ask yourself that question. So, look at your goals today. Just go down one by one. What does it look like to get there? And there's some things we fill in the blanks with the unexpected. We allow the unexpected to happen, but there's some things you're going to have to do. You're not going to be like, hey, I want to be a New York Times bestseller and let the universe just bring it to me. No, you're going to have to write the book. You're going to have to find the people to design the book. You're going to have to make sure that you're marketing the book. You're going to have to do all of that. When you look at all of this, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to be your biggest cheerleader? Are you willing to say, like, toot your own horn out loud? Are you willing to get up and get dressed? Be like, "Oh, I don't wanna get dressed. Are you willing to do that? What are some of your big goals that you have for this year or either the first 90 days? Type it in the comments so that I can see it and other people can see it, and we can cheer you on as well. What are some of your biggest goals? You can give me one for 2022 or simply the first quarter of the year. I work with all of my clients with us developing our 90-day goals. So that's something that I like to focus on. That's something I had to do for myself this year. I normally at the end of each year map out my entire year. It's in detail. Everything has a date. Well, I didn't do all of that this year. I ended up doing my 90 days. Like I do have a creative training videos for small businesses. Oh, yes. Yes, Wendy, that's great. That's great. Training videos for small businesses. So that's the thing. Like, are you willing to put on the makeup and get in front of the camera? Are you willing to hire either the marketing people or to do your, social marketing? Are you willing to do that? And I know you are, but is there something uh, to attain that goal, creating the training videos for small businesses? Is there something within that you're looking at it and be like, I don't know if I really want to do that? Some of these big goals that we have, sometimes we have that. And I know I do. And it just hit a chord in me. So I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to share with you that wherever you are, whatever goals you're setting, it's okay. Big, small, don't compare them to anyone else's. Just take it on for what it is for you. But ask yourself that deeper question. Would you be willing for your life to change in an instant to have this thing? To have this thing. If you're saying, "Hey, I wanna be a millionaire," and you have all these things lined up that you think could potentially get you millions, what if it's gonna come some other way? Are you willing to blow up your life as you know it? Or I should say, release your life as you know it, not blow it up, release it. Yes. You know what? Consistency is hard, Wendy. Trust me, oh my goodness, I know that. That's why I have to have accountability. I have to have a coach. There's no way. I mean, that's been one of my biggest things is am I going to play peekaboo? I'm peekabooing. I'm doing Facebook Live for 6 months, and I'm not doing it for 4 months. Like, am I peekabooing? I'm not gonna start. I'm done peekabooing on my dreams. I'm done. My goal is to dress up more and not just wear joggers all the time. Yes. Dress up more and not wear joggers. Are you willing to look fly every day, honey? Yes. Because in order to be making like internal changes, people don't understand there's external changes that have to happen as well. Now, you could be like all joggered out, hair not done, and feeling yourself. But sometimes if we're in that mindset and we aren't feeling ourselves, it's hard to jump out of it. And the best way to jump out of it is do an external change. So I love that. Dress up more, not just wear joggers all the time. I would love, I don't know who this is, but I might have an idea, but One of the things that could potentially help in that process, here I go, I can't help it, my coaching hat, that could help in that process is to identify what the things that you like not dressing up in what you've seen other people dressing up, but what that means for you and your specific style and what you specifically want to feel when you put these clothes on and feel comfortable. It can be this beautiful personalized experience. Just remember that. Don't think that it has to look like other people. I did that a lot when I first started my business. I'd look at all these women in the personal development world and I'd be like, "Oh, I want to be like her." And I'd be wearing dresses that ain't got I don't like the dress, don't look good on my body. I'd be uncomfortable. It was just like I had to stop playing that game with myself. Not saying that that's what you're doing, but just throwing that little nugget out there because that's something that I did and I didn't like it and then it made me not want to do it. So, that I think that would be great, great thing to do is just to really personalize what your dressing up more looks like. Like me dressing up, I have this dress on, but I definitely have like these slippers. I don't know if I can show y'all my little slippers. I don't have my shoes on. I have no business showing y'all my slippers. Can't do it. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. That's what that looks like. That's what that looks like. I don't want to wear heels in my house. No, if I got some comfy heels, maybe, but I don't want to. Not doing it. But I will put some makeup and a wig on. Makeup and a wig. All right. So if you're just now tuning in, I'm Natasha McCrae, your love intelligence coach, and love intelligence is the foundation to getting everything that you want in life. Period. Point blank. There are 5 core values of love intelligence, and with those core values, self-awareness being one of the first ones, what we do is identify what it is that you want, design the life that you want, open yourself up to all of this goodness. And the only way you can do that is if you have a solid foundation of self-love as well. So that's something that I'm just so passionate about right now. And we're going to be going into a lot more detail in that. If you aren't a member of the Love CEOs of the Sanctuary, I call it the Sanctuary. If you're not a member of the Sanctuary, make sure you join. That is a free group. Also, ladies in the academy, don't worry about it. I mean, you're already in there because most of you came from there to go into, well, actually, most of y'all just whatever I do, you're on it. And I love that. And I love you for that. My Love CEO Academy angels. But make sure you go in there because the Wednesday wind down would not be happening here. And we'll be diving a little deeper in the Wednesday wind down. And then I'll also be bringing people on. So bringing you on to do some hot seat coaching. So I'm excited about doing that. That's going to be fun. So you guys can look for the posts that request, like if you want to do request to come on, it has to be really specific. And I'll be doing that once a month. All right, y'all, go out and make it an amazing, amazing, amazing week. I love you. Size your goals up and identify and lean into being willing for your life to change for these goals. All right. I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye.